Good morning, everybody. This is Frances Castanedice, President of the Houston Easton Chamber of Commerce. And today for our Feel Good Friday, I'm so excited. We've got a mother and daughter team that we want to introduce you to. Rebecca Roberts, who is the owner of All Points Warehouse, has the honor of working with her two beautiful daughters, Renee and Pricilla. Renee is a CFO and Pricilla is the operations guru. And we're so excited for you to get to meet them. Hi, Rebecca, Renee, and Priscilla.
Good morning, friends.
Hi, good morning.
Hi, I'm so happy that you guys are here. We've got this cute picture that I want to start off with. We met at a Chase Bank event, and I'm not sure if it's the next one or not, but excuse me, sorry about that, all this live stuff.
Yes.
But we were invited, sitting at separate tables. I turn around and I was just drawn to Priscilla's beautiful hair. And I felt like I've met her before. So I just started a conversation, and then it was friendship ever since. That has been one of the best days of my life, because I got to meet your mom, who also attended Milby High School, the high school that I went to. And I got to meet the team. So, Rebecca, we'll start with you. Tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got started in the business.
Okay. I've always been an entrepreneur. Started when my husband at the time, he was in the Air Force, and I've always worked since I was 14. So I had to do something, and we're a brand new family, so it didn't make sense for me to have daycare at the time. So what I ended up doing was getting certified for daycare, and so we could take care of other kids on base. So there's where my entrepreneurship started. And then from there, it was just no holds bar, wherever I found an opportunity to help people and, make some money on the side, we were able to do that. So that's been incorporated in my blood, I guess.
Oh, I love it.
Mm-hmm.
And Priscilla and Renee, tell us a little bit about what you do for the company right now.
You want to? Oh, well, how to start? I think a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
We're a trucking industry, so we got a lot of different components that have to be moving constantly, and I guess keeping those guys going, the gears moving. That's my part. So a lot of hustle and bustle all the time. I'm always doing something, or someone's always on my ear. But that's so. I'm always on the phone. I'm always on my desk. I'm always on the emailing constantly. I'm keeping things going.
Oh, wonderful. And as you're talking, Renee, we're going to show some photos of the trucks that come in your warehouse. So go ahead, Renee.
No. Yes, definitely. So as a CFO, I'm also in charge of the human resources, making sure everyone's health care is up to date. The safety manager, so constantly hiring and keeping our drivers in compliance, and keeping the lights on in the company. So I'm also, taking into the accounts receivables and paying whatever has to be paid to keep us going and keep the operations going too. So it's a lot of hats between all of us. Yes. Priscilla isn't just operation. I mean, there's so much that goes into it. I feel like there isn't enough time, right, to describe what we do between the three of us, mom included, to make
the machines work.
I mean, it's a lot. Yeah.
And Rebecca, you're the leader of this. How did you get started in a non-traditional female type of industry?
Okay. Non-traditional. I was married into it. I was married into, trucking. So trucking goes back. And when that marriage kind of fell apart, I stayed with it. And my part of trucking has always been in the back office, accounting. And that's one of the things that has made us successful, because I didn't come from the truck driver part and then started my trucking company. I came from behind the scenes, from the accounting part, and started a trucking company, because that's pretty much where the customer really needs attention, is at billing accuracy. That way they can communicate to their customers. And with that, we were able to grow. So that's trucking, dispatching, operations, That wasn't my deal. Billing, collecting, customer service, that's where our launch came from.
Great. And so your trucking company, you're part of another company, is that correct?
Right. Right now, we're agents for Evans Delivery, which is a trucking company that's been in operation since 1939. So we have a really strong foundation, route system. We have a great support team up in Pottsville, Pennsylvania. And with that support, we have been actually learning what their back office does and bringing it forefront for our office, because we are not a small trucking company. We have over 100 trucks that we've accumulated over the last 9 years. And next year is our 10th year anniversary as an independent trucking company here in Houston. And because of that, we have been able to diversify into different forms of trucking. So not only are we in intermodal trucking, we also do flatbeds and heavy haul vans. And so we just make sure that we're able to service the customer 100%.
One-stop shop is our motto.
Yes,
Yes.
absolutely.
Warehousing, everything.
Very blessed to be able to do not just one things, but
The
many.
variety,
Yes.
yeah. Because there's so many aspects to trucking.
avenues,
Yeah, there really is. So when we wanted to branch out and be able to really be able to be that one-stop shop motto for our customers, to be able to provide those services that maybe it wasn't their everyday, outside of container drayage or outside of vans, when those for instance, with our Packard specialized team, if you notice those big tractors that go along the freeway, those are not necessarily something you can put on the back of a pickup or anything. So you got to get a really big truck, the right equipment to haul that kind of thing. And what was that? When did we start that?
We started that December 18th, 2018. Yeah. So that was a big boost for us. I mean, it really opened up our eyes to a different aspect of being in trucking. It's not
very exciting.
It's not just container. It's like these huge boom lifts and forklifts and excavators, like,
and
wow.
ships. When was it a spaceship or not? Well, not a spaceship. What was it? A missile or something we did for NASA?
Maybe I was on maternity leave.
It was some kind of
awesome.
Some kind of something for NASA. It was really
be
cool.
Surprised because with the equipment that we have, we can pretty much move. Really anything.
Anything.
It's exciting.
That's cool.
That's great.
Now, this is the interesting part, Francis. They're recollecting some of the accounts that we've done, and I wouldn't know them by what they're saying. Me, it's customer and how much I invoiced that day. That's what I remember.
That's so funny. And Rebecca, you had mentioned you may be going on your own. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Okay, well, first of all, I just want to go ahead and give kudos to the East End Chamber of Commerce, because when Francis and joined our table there at the Chase event that day, it was Pandora's box. I immediately joined the East End Chamber of Commerce. The very first event, we hosted the Port Houston Appreciation Lunch, and that was a big deal for us because we work with Port Houston every day. That is our lifeline. That's our bread and butter. So it was a perfect fit. It was the right time. And since then, we have met incredible people that has boosted our business within this last year. We've met, of course, Judge Lena Hidalgo, and then we've met other people at those events. And we met Doran Mayhew, which is our CPA now, and the extremely reputable company here in the Houston area. And insurance, we have Hub International Insurance now. So, that has really launched our company to another level. There's Judge Lena there. Beautiful lady. We support her in everything that she does. And believe it or not, Houston has survived, I believe, this culture of COVID because of the strong decisions that she has stuck to keep us safe. But there's where we are. I mean, it's just incredible. I believe, Francis, remind me who we're standing next to there?
That's State Representative Marianne Perez.
Yes. So you just meet incredible people, just being part of the Chamber of Commerce. So it's a really big thing for us.
So exciting. And thank you so much for that. It's all about networking and being at having that positive mindset and family, surrounding your family around you. And I love that you all get to work together. So Pricilla and Renee, tell us, how does it feel? When did you start working with the family, and how does it feel to work with your family every day?
So I started in 2015 after I got released from the military, and before that I had always told my mom that she was always trying to talk me into leaving and then coming to work for her, and I was like, it's not gonna happen. Like, why would I leave the military? But I did. And then it was like, why would I go work for you? But then I did. Because mom gets what she wants, right?
Yeah. She speaks it into existence, and it happens.
It's incredible. This woman can move mountains.
It's that mustard seed faith, as she calls it. There's a little mustard seed of faith, and she prays about it. She's a very spiritual woman. My mother, she's very, she has faith in God, and so when she puts her mind to it, she says what she wants, she gives it to God, and it falls into place.
Like everything she touches, it just turns to gold. It's amazing. Working with family, it's great too. We're so good at it. I think, we can have our moments of where's this, where's that, but then after the clock stops, it's like, hey, what's going on? How are you? Because like Pricilla and I used to work so close after the stay-at-home, or before the stay-at-home order took place, and it's like, even though we were working together, we never spoke, because what we do is just so different. And then being in a different offices, you forget that, my gosh, my family's everywhere,
Yeah, really. Yeah. We were definitely a family business. We have, we have a lot of family here.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So Rebecca,
it's a blessing. It's a blessing. We're very blessed.
And that's the word that Rebecca, your mom, uses all the time, blessed. And I see that in everything that you do, and you don't take anything for granted. Rebecca, you also mentioned, I think you have nieces and son-in-laws and all kinds of wonderful family that work with you.
In this picture here, we have, of course, my husband Rick and myself at the far right. We have Jen and John. John is our marketing person. He does all of our websites and the Facebooks, along with Renee and Pricilla when they get photos. And Jennifer was actually our first HR person when we first started our company back in 2011. And there's Gonzo and Pricilla there to the far right. And Gonzo is started as our dispatcher after he left culinary school. So yes, okay, it's true. I pull my people in, and he had a career in culinary arts, and I really needed help when we first started this. And so he came to work with us. And he's been amazing. He has a relationship with the drivers. He has a relationship with the customers. He has a relationship with the steamship lines. He has a relationship with the ports. And he visits them regularly and keeps in touch with them to make sure that we have a good lifeline with the tools that we need to get by with our business. And of course, Pricilla there, with her beautiful red hair at the time.
Love it.
She was.
She goes through her phases, right?
I do.
I was still trying to recruit her during that time period.
I was just an accessory right there.
Yeah, she's an accessory. And then, of course, we have a picture of my sister, which was the very first. There's Pricilla, Shelly on the far right. She does, and Jennifer on the far left. They're in our accounting and billing department. Jennifer is our collection specialist, and Michelle works right hand with Pricilla. As you can see, they're close, and they're very close. They're only a couple of months apart.
Yeah, we're 3 months apart. That's
3 months apart.
my partner in crime.
They make a great team. Of course, that's my father. And I give him kudos too, Francis, because my work ethic comes from him. He was one of those guys that he was not satisfied with just putting bread on our table and a roof over our head. He actually worked 3 jobs to make sure that we had fine attire, and we went to church looking and representing him and God, of course, the best way we could. So it was all an honor with that. And then there's another slide with okay, so this is our agents, one of our agents meetings with Evans, and that's Gonzo and Pricilla with her purple hair, beautiful. Renee and myself,
I love these slides.
This is my favorite.
Yes. And those are the owners of Evans. Bert, on the way to the right, he is actually the son of the founder of Evans. So remember, this company started in 1939. Wow. So Bert inherited it back in the 70s. And now Bo, all the way to the left, is the son-in-law. And he's now the CEO and president of Evans.
Wow, that is so amazing.
Yeah, and then we have another slide of where I believe where my sister is with the trucks. We're all posing. That would be, yep, there you go. My sister's all the way to the far left there. She's amazing. She is super amazing. She was my right-hand person. And then that was our very first Packer terminal there. Picture where we're doing flatbeds, and we were doing accounts with Chiquita and Freeport and Del Monte. They're at Galveston, so those guys helped us out there, and we started that in June of 2018. And again, you know, we've just grown and grown and grown into different terminals, specializing in different areas.
Wow, I am so impressed because we just spent the weekend with my family, and oh my goodness, I don't know if I could work with them like that. And this is just amazing. I'm so, and I think it starts from the top, you, Mom, instilling these great skills that you learned from your dad to your children and all the other relatives that work with you. Congratulations on that. I've got an interesting question here, and I like this. It says, have you dealt with many hurdles as females in the transportation industry, and how have you managed? Will each of you say it? And Renee, you start.
So I feel as if in a male-dominated industry, it's a little bit more difficult to have the respect from some of the older players in the field, right? You really have to earn it. You have to know how to talk with them. You have to know when to be aggressive, when to not, because it seems as if also in a heavily Hispanic dominant industry too, you really need to know how to talk with these gentlemen and, some of the female drivers as well, just to be able to have them do what you're asking and, but still be assertive, but also feminine in a way. I mean, It's really interesting. It's a balancing act.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. As you can imagine, there's a lot of machismo, that we can come across, and that's a real thing. And exactly how Renee put it is it's a balancing act to be authoritative and still compassionate to some of these concerns these drivers have, or even with customers as well. They hear, as sometimes I can come across real sweet and nice on the phone, and they might take that for weakness sometimes. And so like that balancing act of being, authoritative, or not really authoritative. What would it be, Renee?
It would just be assertive.
Assertive. Thank you. Assertive. It's a challenge sometimes.
It is. Yeah.
And Rebecca, how have you tackled any hurdles?
Well, it was tough starting at the very beginning when I got into the trucking industry. Just like the girl said, I was in the billing department and the accounting department, and it's a partnership with our drivers. They are businessmen. They are businessmen. We want to make sure that when they do a job for us, they're going to get paid correctly. So there's where I earned my respect. My word is my bond. That's our mantra. They have to trust us in order for us to exceed. They have to trust us in order for us to grow, because I mean, you just have to earn that respect. And there's where we were. First, I had to earn the respect of their drivers, because without them, again, we wouldn't have a company.
Right.
That's
Right.
exactly.
We would not have a company. Without our truckers, we just wouldn't exist. Secondly, when we're talking to our customers themselves, again, it's usually over the phone, so we have to have a certain tone that we understand what they're requesting from us, and that we repeat it back to them, that we have an understanding. We cannot be a company that just says, yeah, no problem, we'll take care of it, we'll send you the bill when it's done. No, you have to actually talk to them and say, okay, I understand you have a couple of loads, or you have this project, you're going to need these many drivers, this is what we need to make sure that it makes it happen. And you have to give them detailed information so they can have that confidence to call you back and do some more work. And that's been a really good foundation for us, is communication with them.
Yes.
Great.
And
So that has
A lot
gotten
of-
us hurdles of working with men.
And today, this morning, we had a little breakfast exchange networking, and I met this amazing student, Mario Rodriguez, whose family has ties to the East End, and he goes to Texas A&M in Galveston in the maritime field. So he has a great question. First of all, he wanted to thank you for being an ITMA sponsor, and that the money benefits scholarships for many students like himself. So you guys, do little things, and you just don't know how much they affect and help others. But his question is, he likes the concept of a one-stop shop. Which service is most requested from All Points Warehouse? Local drayage or what?
I would say it'd be local drayage. A lot of times, some shipments come from overseas that tend to be something that that we need to go inland, right? And sometimes the most cost-effective way to do that is to have it drayed to the warehouse, right? Have it stripped from the container that came in, and have it stuffed back into a van, right? Which would be a dry van, one of those long trailers, 53-footers. And those guys, they go, from our warehouse to wherever the product needs to go. And it's much more cost effective than having to haul the container from the port to destination, say Michigan, and then bring that back to the port. That would be more of a round trip cost, and it's much more than having, say, the container being drayed here, stripped, and then having a van take it to Michigan and then just pay for the one way. So whenever customers are looking for being cost conscientious, and they're trying to make sure to be profitable at the same time, of course, they'll select that option. They'll ask, hey, can you dray this container, but can you also bring it to your warehouse? I see you do warehousing. Can you go ahead and translate it and take care of the delivery with your vans? And I'm like, yeah, we can do all of that, from A to B to C, back to, getting that container that came to the warehouse to the port, and timely.
Yeah,
Well,
and along with the being local, with our Packard equipment side, with our heavy haul, because Houston is such it's just booming in construction. It's just unstoppable.
Growing.
It's just constant. We have to account for it whenever we go anywhere. And so with our truckers who move that equipment, those excavators, those whatever they need, we offer that too. So Houston is definitely where the money is.
Well, anybody who drives in Houston knows how much knows our freeways are constantly being worked on. A lot of that equipment to get where it needs to go is hauled by truckers.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And this is another great question. So in this industry, many truckers are older, and many young people are not interested to become a trucker. How are you keeping new drivers coming in?
Well, I feel like the families are actually keeping them coming in, because we get a lot of, my dad was a trucker, so I kind of got into it, because I don't know many kids who grew up thinking like, I want to be a trucker, unless they have someone like an aunt or uncle or a parent who is in the industry. So I think a lot of it is just cultural, maybe. Touching
base on that cultural side, I think that if you could imagine, we get a lot lot of immigrants too, you know, and, you know, not just from south of border, but also north of Canada, you know, like a lot of, and sometimes they feel more comfortable, I think, being inside the truck and learning that business because it's very profitable.
It is.
You know, and especially it doesn't require, obviously it requires skill, yes, but it's not, you know, pick up a tool and have to learn how to build a house kind of skill. I don't know.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's something where, like, easy to learn. You know, you're home for the most part every day, and you see these operations going, you know, these huge trucks dominating our freeway, and it's just like, wow, I think I can do that. And they make good money, so why not?
Yeah, the port's very
But it's expensive. Whoever's interested, be prepared. And you know, trucking it takes money. It takes money to make
money. Yeah.
Yes. When that truck has issues, you better be good at saving money.
Good point. Rebecca, you must be so proud of your beautiful daughters.
I am. I'm very proud of my beautiful daughters. I'm very proud of the rest of the family. I'm very proud of our team that are not by blood family, but they're still part of our family. Our turnover rate is hardly anything at all. When we find, and again, it's word of mouth, Francis, it's word of mouth. When we hire people, it's usually we hire people that we trust, and they get vetted because of just you got to know somebody kind of thing. We have put out applications or announcements for applications and whatnot, and we get everything. It's in Spanish, it's called capirotada, which is like
overwhelming.
It comes out in a lot. But at the end of the day, once somebody comes in with us, they're in it to win it with us. We make sure that they know that they're coming into a family setting, and the family part supports the non-family in a sense. If they have to get off, you know, to go to school or go to a doctor's appointment, or they want to take vacation, they know that we have their backs, and we're going to make sure that their job gets covered so they can come back and just pick up where they left off, and not have to worry about anything, leaving something behind at the office or whatever. We're a good team, and we make sure that they know they have that support from us.
And I think because we are very family oriented, the morale in the office is generally high. You know, we are close, even with those employees who aren't family. I mean, you just come in and you feel this closeness, you know, and it takes a lot to build it. But I mean, it's just, once you're here, it's just like, well, yeah, I think I'm gonna stay, you know.
I love it. So what are your future dreams, personally and professionally? We'll start with you, Pricilla.
Well, I think that it'd be really great. Maybe my phone stops ringing just a little bit. Just a little bit. I think that's my one aspiration right now, is to really be able to continue the culture that we have in our office, and the morale, as Renee had said, to make sure that you know stays what it is, and that doesn't change. That's my goal, and to make sure that everybody, not just one person, feels that they're doing more than the next. So that the job is really spread out between their teams. Keeping that going is very important for me and our team members. So for the future, man, sometimes it's so hard to see that when there's so much going on
In the present.
I think I'm looking forward to maybe working from home at one point, that I'll be able to step out and kind of be able to still oversee. But that hasn't, I don't see that happening anytime soon just yet. So I don't know.
Good.
Yeah.
And I
Renee?
think for me, I'm looking forward to seeing, you know, Rebecca go off on her own, you know, away from Evans and being just dominating. I feel like that's just seeing where this company can go, because her faith is so strong, and it's embedded in us as well. You know, like I said before, she can move mountains. And if we can inherit that mountain after she chooses to retire, that would be amazing too.
I love it. And Rebecca, your future dreams professionally and personally?
Oh, wow. Okay. So we're looking at the 5-year plan, and that's exactly what we're doing. From what I understood, when I was in college and I was studying business administration, the most important thing that we were taught in business management was to make sure that we trained our people to do my job. And so just having that insight and retaining it, that's exactly what I've been doing. I've been putting people in positions. Did Priscilla leave?
No. We're just trying to charge our station.
I know she's busy. Okay, and so that's what we've been doing, Francis. We've been structuring people, putting them in the right place, so that not only can we continue to grow the business, but it's a legacy. Mm-hmm. It's a legacy that I will be passing the torch to these beautiful young ladies here, and they will be handling the business from beginning to end. The warehousing part has always been, I guess, the hub of our business, because it was from the warehouse that they're able to ship out or collect the containers and then ship out, whether it's dry van, flatbeds, heavy haul, LTL, or, even air freight from our warehouse. So that's always been the hub, and it'll always be, which is All Points Warehouse Incorporated. And then from there, I just feel that, I'm going to be able to retire and invest their money into other projects to bless other families in other areas. So that's my goal.
I love it. It's such a feel-good story to meet and hear from all of you. So we're about ready to wrap it up, and I just wanted to allow you all to give closing remarks and anything that you want to share with people out there that you want them to know as far as staying positive and successful during this pandemic, or any words of wisdom to others to start or succeed in business. Anyone want to go first?
I guess keep rolling with the punches.
That's exactly, yes.
I mean, really, was it cliche? Keep on trucking. Okay,
Yeah.
keep trucking it. Keep moving forward. I mean, there's problems will happen, obstacles will happen. The point is, or the goal is to move forward from them and learn from them. That's challenging sometimes, to really learn from them and kind of grow. But sometimes that's some hard growth, and we call it growing pains here in our home.
Lessons learned and whatnot, yeah.
And as long as you move forward from that, and you learn from it, and you create something that you can say, okay, this didn't work out. Let me try something different. Keep trying. Don't give up. That's what my motto's been. Let's okay, this didn't work out. Let's try this until it works.
Mm-hmm. Renee, anything else you want to add?
No, just like how Priscilla touched on, we're all in this together. That's been thrown around like forever, and during especially a time of pandemic, tempers can flare, people feel, isolated, people feel like, giving up and stuff. And it's just being a support system for one another, encouraging, just stay encouraging, stay positive, love one another, support one another, be positive, just help yourself. You
don't know what the person next to you. Yeah, you don't know what the person next to you is going through. Always try to be understanding for that. Yeah. If somebody is saying, "Man, they got an attitude today," ask them how they're doing.
Absolutely.
Say, "Hey, are you all right?"
Yeah.
Check in with the person next to you.
Yeah. Even if they're, they're at the cash register checking you out, and they have a gloomy face. Again, they are human. We're all going through the same thing, really different ways, but the same, right? And just kind of be like, hey, I hope you have a good day. Or, hey, you know, I like your hair, or just something to put a smile on someone's face, you know. And in the business aspect, like how Priscilla said, don't give up. If something's not working, what didn't work and how can we fix it?
Yeah.
What's a better avenue?
Don't find the fault, you know, on what. It just
There are opportunities for growth, right? So
I think that's a good way to say it. Don't focus on the fault.
Yeah.
Is to
look at it more as an opportunity. Like, where can I fix this?
Rebecca, proud mom. I don't know how you can add more to that because that's beautiful. But any words of wisdom that you want to add?
Well, I guess again, I learned from others, and this is a situation that we had to adapt and overcome, and that's one of the things that it was very challenging for us. However, when Houston was shut down, or Harris County was shut down, we immediately looked to each other, brainstormed, made sure that we had all our bases covered. So, you know, we had to adapt to the situation immediately, comply. We had to respect our government and our elected officials and overcome that challenge, and then, you know, persevere, move forward. And that's something that we have to do, and we have to be responsible citizens in doing so. So in these next, as we were told, this is the new norm. You know what? It is challenging, but we are going to make it. We're going to make it. We're going to get through it. We are definitely going to get it through it. I understand that we're supposed to be going through another wave right now, but you know what? Let it come, because we're going to ride that wave. We're going to ride that wave, and we're going to push through.
I love it, ladies. Oh my
I think
God!
what you said, Mom. I'm sorry to cut you off, Fritz, but I think that was another great thing, that is to adapt. Yeah, as we have to put it. Yeah, that's another key point of being successful, is to be able to adapt. Yes, adapt.
Well, just to finish that, what she just said off, what they're doing right now today is they're moving from one office to another, because again, we're adapting to another growing pains. We grew out of our office. I've been kicked out of our office since 2 years ago. I've not had an office at our warehouse for 2 years. Again, Priscilla just got kicked out this morning out of our office. So we had to, again, migrate to another bigger office on our property. And just come Monday morning, we're just going to keep running and build out. What my little dream was, to have a little bed and breakfast there at our building. That's been squashed as of yesterday evening, when my husband said, hey, you know what? We need to go ahead and make that into an office, a bigger office. So, you know.
That's what's happening. Oh, okay.
Yes.
It's okay, Mom. It'll come.
Yes.
It will come in due time.
The bed and breakfast will come, but not right now. That's okay.
Yes.
It's all right.
Right. Well, ladies, it's been a pleasure. And what I'm taking away, and I'm sure everyone else is, keep on trucking. Don't give up. Learn to adapt and be kind and love one another. So
absolutely.
Yeah. Thank you for having us, Frances.
Thank you, Frances.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We love watching the Fridays.
Well, and I'm so honored to have you. You guys, it's like, I don't have waterproof, but you're bringing tears to my eyes through everything that you said. So thank you so much for making me feel good, and everyone else. And we'll see everybody again next Friday for our Feel Good Friday.
Okay.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.